The Arizona Fair Housing Framework is built on the core principle that every individual deserves equal access to housing opportunities without discrimination. These protections ensure that people can rent, buy, or finance homes based on their ability to qualify, not on personal characteristics such as race, religion, sex, disability, or family status. The foundation of fair housing law in Arizona is a partnership between three key elements: the Arizona Department of Real Estate, the Arizona Attorney General's Office, and the Arizona Civil Rights Act, ARS Section 41-149, 1 through Section 41-149, 1.37. Understanding how these entities work together helps real estate professionals uphold both legal compliance and ethical practice. At the heart of Arizona's fair housing system is the Arizona Civil Rights Act, which mirrors the Federal Fair Housing Act of 1968, but provides state-level enforcement. The act prohibits housing discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, disability, familial status, and national origin. It covers all aspects of housing transactions, including renting, buying, financing, advertising, and providing reasonable accommodations for persons with disabilities. This law is not only a safeguard for consumers, but also a professional guidepost for licensees. It defines fairness in housing as both a legal obligation and a public trust that real estate professionals must honor in every transaction. The Arizona Department of Real Estate, ADRE, plays a supervisory and educational role in ensuring that licensees follow fair housing law. Under Commissioner's Rule R4-28-1101, all real estate professionals are required to protect and promote their clients' interests while dealing honestly and fairly with all parties. This means licensees must treat every buyer, seller, landlord, or tenant equally, without bias or favoritism. If a licensee violates fair housing law, the ADRE has the authority under ARS Section 32-2153 to take disciplinary action for dishonest or untrustworthy conduct. This can include license suspension, revocation, or fines. The ADRE also mandates that fair housing instruction be included in pre-licensing and continuing education courses, ensuring that agents understand both the spirit and letter of the law. The Arizona Attorney General's Office, specifically the Civil Rights Division, is the primary enforcement agency for fair housing within the state. It investigates discrimination complaints, mediates disputes, and prosecutes violations under the Arizona Civil Rights Act. Individuals who believe they have been discriminated against in housing can file a complaint with the Attorney General within 1 year of the alleged violation, as allowed under ARS Section 41-1491.09. Once a complaint is received, the Civil Rights Division conducts an investigation to determine whether there is reasonable cause to believe discrimination occurred. If so, the Attorney General may seek remedies, such as injunctions, restitution, and civil penalties against the violator. The office works in partnership with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, which often refers Arizona-based fair housing cases for state-level enforcement. This cooperation ensures that both federal and state protections are accessible to Arizona residents. For example, if a tenant with a disability is denied permission to install a wheelchair ramp, or a family with children is refused an apartment based on noise concerns, the tenant or family can file a complaint with the Attorney General's Civil Rights Division. The division investigates, mediates, and if necessary, prosecutes the case to ensure compliance. Through this process, the Attorney General acts as the state's legal guardian of fair housing rights. The Arizona Civil Rights Act defines what constitutes unlawful discrimination in housing and provides the structure for enforcement. It prohibits refusing to sell or rent, misrepresenting the availability of housing, steering clients towards certain neighborhoods, using discriminatory advertising, and failing to make reasonable accommodations for persons with disabilities. Under ARS Section 41-149(1.19), landlords and property managers must allow reasonable modifications or accommodations for disabled tenants, such as permitting service animals or installing safety features. The law also protects individuals from retaliation or harassment for exercising their fair housing rights under ARS Section 4, 1-149, 1.32. Together, these legal frameworks create a powerful system of protection and accountability. The ADRE educates and regulates real estate professionals. The Attorney General enforces violations through investigation and prosecution. And the Arizona Civil Rights Act provides the legal foundation that defines fair housing conduct. Each component plays a vital role in ensuring that housing opportunities are equally available to everyone in Arizona. For real estate professionals, applying these principles means more than just compliance. It means practicing fairness in every action. Licensees must ensure that every client is treated with respect and equality, that marketing materials are free from bias, and that all communications reflect inclusivity. Agents should also remain informed about local ordinances, such as those in Phoenix, Tucson, and Tempe, which expand protections beyond state law to include sexual orientation, gender identity, marital status, and veteran status. Key points to remember for testing: the Arizona Civil Rights Act, ARS Section 41-1491 ATCQ, prohibits housing discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, disability, familial status, and national origin. The Arizona Department of Real Estate, ADRE, enforces ethical conduct, provides education, and disciplines licensees who engage in discriminatory behavior under ARS Section 32-2153A3. The Arizona Attorney General's Office, Civil Rights Division, investigates, mediates, and prosecutes fair housing violations and works in partnership with HUD to enforce federal and state laws. Real estate licensees must comply with Commissioner's Rule R4-28-1101 by treating all parties fairly and equally. The Arizona Civil Rights Act prohibits discriminatory practices, including refusal to sell or rent, steering, misrepresentation, discriminatory advertising, and denial of reasonable accommodations. Retaliation against individuals who assert their fair housing rights is also illegal under ARS Section 41-149, 1.32. Local ordinances in cities such as Phoenix, Tucson, and Tempe expand fair housing protections to include sexual orientation, gender identity, and veteran status. Study tip: when reviewing this module, focus on how each entity functions, the ADRE's role in regulation and education, the Attorney General's role in enforcement, and the Civil Rights Act's role in defining unlawful behavior. Pay special attention to the statute numbers: ARS Section 41-1491, R4-28-1101, and ARS Section 32-2153, as these are often tested. Remember, fair housing is not just about following the law, it's about ensuring equal treatment and building trust in every real estate transaction.